on Maaser Sheni, Perek Daled, Mishnah Chet, 8th Mishnah in the 4th chapter of Maaser Sheni. Okay, the first part of the Mishnah is going to talk about someone. Remember, we talked about you can be mechalel. You can transfer the value from money to fruit and fruit to money sort of automatically. Okay, so let's say I have money of Maaser Sheni, and I leave it in my house because I'm not going to carry it around with me. And then as soon as I buy something in Yerushalayim, okay, then I'm eating it, okay, as soon as I buy something in Yerushalayim, I say, okay, when I buy this orange, I want this to be Maaser Sheni. And when I buy this apple, I want this to be Maaser Sheni. So in essence, like the money, the Maaser Sheni that I leave in my house, it's kind of like a bank account. And as I eat, as I consume, as I purchase in Yerushalayim, I'm eating money, I'm eating the Maaser Sheni, I'm sort of withdrawing, I'm transferring kedushah of the value onto the money that I use in order to buy the food in Yerushalayim. So it says the Mishnah, what happens in a very interesting case, the Mishnah says the following, I leave in Isar. Okay, so just for our purposes, let's go back to it. Isar is, okay, where are we? Here we are. There we go. For our purposes, an Isar is 8 prutot. You might recall from the Gemara in Kedushin, a pruta is 1/8 of an Isar Itaki. So an Isar is 8 prutot. Okay, and a pundion, a pundion are 2 Isarim. Okay, so 8 prutot make an Isar, 2 Isarim make a pundion. That's important for our information. So therefore, I left an Isar in my Isar of Maaser Sheni in my drawer in my bedroom. And then excuse me. I left an Isar in my wallet at home. And I'm in Yerushalayim and I ate 1/2. Okay, I did chilel Maaser Sheni of half of the Isar. Then I went to somewhere else. Okay, so I took the money. Now it was in my house in Yad Binyamin. So I went to another place. Now, for whatever reason, it's really a little bit unclear to me, but the value of the money had different values in different places. So I guess the money was spent in different ways, or the rate of exchange was different. But now my Isar, remember we learned an Isar is 1 Isar, 2 Isar is a pundion. So what happened was, I took this money from Yad Binyamin, and now this Isar that was worth an Isar in Yad Binyamin is now worth a pundion in Ramla or Tel Aviv or whatever. Now I took it to Tel Aviv, and now it has the purchasing power of 2 Isar in Yad Binyamin. It's worth double. So now I ate half of it. I already transferred half of it. I ate half of it. So says the Mishnah, Ochel alav od Isar. I can eat another Isar's worth. So because what happened was, I had 1 Isar, and I used up half of the value of the Isar. Then I took the Isar to somewhere else, and now it's worth double. So now double is half of the pundion. Now I already ate half. It's the same coin. So therefore I have another Isar to transfer. I can transfer up to another Isar of Maaser Sheni that's still left in the value of that coin. Mishnah continues. Hameniach pundion. This time I left a pundion. Remember which is? Pundion is 2 Isarim. I left a pundion in my house in Yad Binyamin. And I went to Yerushalayim and I transferred the value of half of the pundion. I'm buying in restaurants, I'm whatever, and I ate up an Isar's worth, half of it. Okay, then I come back to Yad Binyamin and I take it from that pundion from Yad Binyamin to Tel Aviv, for example. Now instead of going up in value, my pundion went down in value. It's now worth half of what it was before. My pundion is now only worth 1 Isar. So remember, I had a pundion and I ate an Isar's worth. So now I had half a pundion. And now it's worth only an Isar. The pundion is only worth an Isar. Says the Mishnah, Ochel alav od plag. I still have a half left. Bartuner says, Chatzi Isar, half Isar. Okay? So it's all proportional. It's not, the Bartuner says the following. Remember, I ate an Isar's worth. And now only an Isar's left. So you might think, well, I ate an Isar's worth before, and now it's only worth an Isar, so I eat the whole thing. No, it's all proportional. If I ate a half an Isar, if I ate half of the pundion, and now half is left, so I have a half an Isar left. And the other way around also. If it was worth an Isar and I ate half of it, and now it's worth a pundion, I still have half left, which is an Isar. So it's all proportional, it's all based on percentages. The second half of the Mishnah that we're going to learn is a matter of great debate. It's a great controversy what exactly it means. So I'm going to follow the Kahati, who follows the explanation of the Bartanura and the Rambam. If you want to learn more, there's other explanations. You can look it up on your own. But this is the most basic explanation that I could find. Says the Mishnah, okay, so let's say I left it Isar Maaser Sheni, and the same thing that we were talking about before. I left it in my house in Yad Binyamin, and I'm buying in Yerushalayim, and I'm transferring the value. And I go to a restaurant and I say, I'm going to buy this, I buy the food, this food is now, I'm transferring the kedushah of my Maaser Sheni in my house in Yad Binyamin to this slice of pizza, to this falafel, to this pomegranate, etc., etc. And as I'm going, I'm now reducing the value of Maaser Sheni in the Isar, or in the money that's sitting in my house in Yad Binyamin. So it's a virtual bank account, and I'm transferring the kedushah as I'm buying things in Yerushalayim. So how much do I have to transfer in the value of a coin in order to say the Maaser Sheni value is gone? Says the Mishnah. Haminiach Isar shel Maaser Sheni. And even Isar Maaser Sheni. Remember we learned, an Isar is 8 prutot. That's very important for us now. Ochel alav 11 be'isar ve'echad mimea be'isar. So we're going to follow the Bartanura's explanation. So he says, I eat up to 1/10 of the Isar and 1/100th of an Isar. So the Bartanura says what this means is, it depends if I have Maaser Sheni Vadai or Maaser Sheni of Demai. So he says, if it's Maaser, the Tanna Kama says, if it's Maaser Sheni Shel Vadai, if it's Demai, Ochel alav al 11 be'isar. If you eat, okay, up to 1/10, i.e., if you eat 9/10 of the Isar, okay, so that there's only 1/10 left of Maaser Sheni Shel Demai, okay, then that's enough, and the rest of the Isar is now chulin. You don't have to worry about the last 10th. Similarly, if you are only left with echad mimea, if I eat 99, let's say, for example, for an Isar I can buy, the Bartanura says 99, I buy 100 figs. So I buy 99 figs with that, and I transferred the value of 99 figs, and what's left is 1/100 of the Isar, then the Isar is Yotzei l'chulin. Okay? Says so I'll just read the Bartanura. Pirush, imaya oto Isar mima'ot Maaser Sheni Shel Demai. This Isar was from Maaser Sheni Demai, v'achal 10 chalakim. Me'achad 10 chalakim shabo. Oh, I said 9/10. He says it's 10 out of 11. Because she'achad 10 rimonim shavim Isar. Okay, you could buy with an Isar 11 rimonim, and you achal alav 10 rimonim. So it's not 9/10, it's 11, it's 1/11 or 10/11. Ochel alav 11 be'isar. Okay. V'nishar bo adayin chelek me-11, and it's still left 1/11. Yatsa kula l'chulin, then the whole Isar, that's enough, and the whole Isar is chulin. Similarly, imaya Isar mimad Maaser Sheni Shel Vadai, if it was Maaser Sheni of Vadai, then you have to eat it until Nishabo Echad Mimea, left until 100. That's the beginning of the Mishnah. Beit Shammai Omri, Beit Shammai says, Akol Asara. Beit Shammai says, no, it's not 1 to 11, or you have to eat 10 11s or 99 100s. It's Asara. You have to eat 9/10. No matter if you're talking about Demai, or whether you're talking about Maaser Sheni Vadai. Ubeit Hillel Omri, Beit Hillel says, Bevadai Achad Asar. If it's Maaser Vadai, if it's Maaser Sheni Vadai, then you have to eat 10 11ths. You have to leave only 1/11. Maaser Udemai, but if it's Maaser Sheni of Demai, it's Asara. Then it's 9/10. I'll explain why. He says the following. Okay, the Bartanura explains. Okay, remember 1/10 of an Isar. So Beit Hillel says, Bevadai Achad Asar, Udemai Asar. Let's start with Demai. Okay, if it's Trumat Maaser Shel Demai, okay, then you only have to have a 10th. But if it's Trumat Maaser Shel Vadai, you have to eat up 10 11ths. Why? You have 10 11ths of the Isar. You can only leave 1/11, not 1/10. What's the difference between 1/10 and 1/11? I will explain. Okay, remember we said an Isar is 8 prutot. So therefore 1/10 of an Isar is 8/10 of a pruta. Okay, so you have 8/10 of a pruta. That's less than a shavar pruta. So the Isar is not, there's less than a shavar pruta Isar of Trumat Maaser in the Isar itself. So then, but remember we said you add a chomesh, and the chomesh is not 1/5 of 8/10, it's 1/4, because when you add the chomesh, then it becomes 1/5. So if you add 2/10 of the chomesh plus 8/10, you get a pruta. 1 pruta is a shavar pruta. If you still have a shavar pruta in the Isar, then it's still considered Maaser Sheni. That's still considered valuable, 1 pruta's worth. So therefore, if in Maaser, if it's real Maaser, if you say that all you eat up, you're only left with 1/11 of the Isar, 1/11 of the Isar is 8/11 of the pruta. If you add a fifth of 8/11, which is 2/11, you only get 10/11, and you're left with a shavar less than a shavar pruta. And therefore, if there's less than a shavar pruta, Maaser Sheni in the Isar, then it's yatsa l'chulin. And that's the logic of Beit Hillel. That in Trumat Vadai, in Maaser Sheni of Vadai, okay, it's 1/111. But in Demai, if it's Maaser Sheni Demai, then it's 1/10 because we don't care. In Maaser Sheni, in Demai, it's 8/10, 1/10. But there's no Chomesh in Demai. So it still stays at 8/10. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay, I hope this is all clear. If it wasn't clear, I apologize. If it wasn't clear, you can email me at artspotu@gmail.com and I'll try to explain it to you again. We'll dedicate the learning of this mission to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman.